Well, good evening, everybody. This is Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner in Zone 6B. If you're watching my replay, thank you very much. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button and notifications so that you show me that you like me. As my shirt say, just a little bit. Good evening, everybody. It was a semi-decent day today. It was a little sunny, but it was still cool. Hello, Unbiased. How are you, sweetheart? Been seeing you a lot on a lot of people's lives. I ain't mad at you, girlfriend. Urban Harvest, thank you for stopping in tonight. Hey, Cheryl. How are you, darling? See you saying hello to everybody. Growing what I eat. Good evening. Yes, indeedy. I'm glad you stopped there. There go Mike. Mike, I've been enjoying your videos too, your mail calls. Man, let me tell you something about yourself. Talk about you don't need seeds. And between, what is it, M.I. Gardner and Baker's Creek, they should be asking for their seeds back, okay? Because you got as many seeds as they do. I understand there's a lot of varieties out there, but oh my goodness, brother. Hey, Jeanette Cruisen, Homestead, good evening. Thank you for stopping in this evening. Glad to see you made it. TLC in the garden, I see everybody saying hello to you. Hey, sis, glad to see you. Jana, what's up, baby? Cassandra, South Fulton Garden. Hello, sweetheart. Glad you slid in here. And China Moss Farm, thank you very much. I got your notification. Thank you. I really appreciate it. My numbers are moving on up, y'all. In a minute, I'll be hitting 600. I'm a little more than halfway there. I'm feeling good about it. No, Mike, you don't need all the seeds. You need to be sending seeds to third world countries who don't have any. You got enough seeds, Mike. I'm like, where are you gonna put them all? I hope your house never get flooded because you're gonna have your house gonna turn into one giant greenhouse. Your house, the roof gonna just explode because seeds and plants gonna be popping up everywhere. Excuse me. Everybody saying hello to one another. Yeah, I'm like broke tonight. I got me a big one. Look at that. I found this at the Dollar Tree. This thing is heavy enough. If you crack somebody in the head, I guarantee you they ain't getting up. But it keeps your beer cold. Cold beer, cold beer. Wow. I took a sip just in time because me. La 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 do. And I stopped there. Hey Lala, how you doing, sweetie? Glad to see you in there running down the list of everybody saying hello. Yes, indeedy. Everybody saying hello, hello, hello. Guava. Mike, you know you be on it. Yes, indeed. Mike, I was watching that one video where you showed a little small portion of your backyard. I guess it was up against the house and you had like a little bed next to it with gravel and lights on. I thought that was rather cute. I wanted to see the rest of the yard to see how small you keep saying it is. Excuse me, that you're going to be doing some gardening outside. So I want to see the rest of the yard. And I'm also waiting for you to do your 40 questions, Mike. TLC tagged me. I was going to do my questions last night, find out I've run out of space. So I got to delete some stuff or download it to another part of my computer so that I could do it. I can't do any videos or anything. I it's full. So I got another SD card to put in my phone so I can keep moving. Yes, indeed. What you said, growing what I eat, sang it. She is sunshine. I've been seeing you a lot too lately, sweetheart. How are you? I'm doing better. My feet are still swole and they're hurting, and my calves feel tight. I go to the doctor next week to go over my what she did ultrasounds and X-rays, find out what the plan of care is. Because right now my feet look like two balloons. But you know what? I don't let that stop me or slow me down. But you say, Mike, you gonna show your yard soon? Okay. Oh, you did your 40? Oh, I'm really hear that. That would be interesting. Ro, what's up? Hey, Ro. How are you, sweetie? Glad to see your face in the place. Thank you very much. Everybody saying hello to one another. You about 4 videos behind. I know. I know I am, Mike. Uh Understand there's so many videos. What's the last one I saw you, Mike? I got it on my sheet. Oh, so that one that I saw you with the seed haul, that's 4 videos behind. Good Lord. Yeah, you right then. I've been watching so many videos. I see my baby girl in here, Presbyterian Gardener. Hey, yep. Hugs and kisses. Back at you, baby. Oh, you did a new seed haul today? Okay. Yeah. Everybody saying hello to one another. Robin, hello. How are you? I was eating salad and I had a piece of lettuce that just got stuck up in there. I got it out because it was bugging my gum. Duval, you had me dying talking about your grandson. What you say? He 24 years old? Please, that was so funny. I was cracking up. Oh, there go my internet, son. Broke. What's up, bro? Yep, I was watching your latest video today too. My strawberries got blossoms all over it. I'm waiting on them to show up and show out as well, bro. Mm-hmm. Everybody saying hi to one another. I did a video, Miss Shirley. Oh, you go ahead and see your sunshine. Oh, I got to go in there and check you out. I haven't watched as many videos as I wanted to this week because I've had doctor's appointments just about every other day. So, and I've been checking on my sister. I don't know if I told y'all that my sister had a mini stroke. They got her up out of bed today and got her on a walker walking around. They found the mass and it's behind her ear, right at the corner there. They didn't do surgery today because they said they're still waiting on the swelling to go down some more before they do surgery. So, yeah, I can keep them prayers coming because she's a little older than I am. So it's a little rough when you get to a certain age, but she's up and talking. So that's what we're happy about. You know, sometimes you got to take baby steps. Yes, indeed. Everybody's saying hello. Yeah, I am too, Mike, because we thought they was going to do surgery today, and they said no. They got her up and moving. They want some more of that swelling to go down before they attempt to go in there and take it out. And make sure that she doesn't have another seizure before they do it. That's right, Cheryl. Let's get prayed up. We can take all the prayers we can get in. So, yep, everybody's saying hello. Yes, indeed. Now, the emoji that you guys got going with the praying. Well, somebody said those originally wasn't praying hands that was giving each other high fives, but that's the only. But now that's all I see is people doing that for praying hands. So I assume at this point they finally knocked that myth off that they consider praying hands instead of high fives. So, however, I'll take it. She'll take it. Yep, because she got everybody worried. You know, that's my sister who lost her son last year to COVID, who was 57 years old, and he died of COVID because he didn't believe in the shot. So my niece, she kind of bugging out because we lost mom last year too. So she lost her brother and her grandmother last year. And for her mom to be sick, she really kind of freaked out. So, yep, we taking all the prayers we can get. Thank you, everyone. Everyone. I appreciate it. Martika, what's up, girlfriend? Thank you for stopping in tonight. Yeah, everybody's going through something. I know. I forgot the one young lady who said she was having surgery. I wish I could remember her name. She was in the chat because the same day she was having surgery, Miss Cherokee Native's husband was having surgery. So he's at home recovering as well. So we got a lot of people in the chat who's been having illness personally or to a loved one, and that we all need to keep in our prayers. Yeah, it was. Wait a minute, it was other way. I think people thought high five, but was prayers. Well, I'll put it like this: the young man I listened to said he thought it was high fives and not prayers. So if someone else came behind him and said different, because I played it more than once just to make sure that I didn't misunderstand. I felt the same way too, Mike. So he said it's supposed to be high fives. It wasn't prayer. So I don't know. It's working. So I'm going to take what I can get. Okay. People use this, so it must have some significance. So I'm going to leave it at that. Yes, indeedy. Everybody saying hello to one another. Don't forget, y'all, if you want to drop your channels and let other folks know what zone you live in, you can drop there, but you can also put in the chat MSOG in regards to where your channels can be found and how people can say hello and check you out and see what you're growing. Who was I watching before I came? I was watching Yellow Door, that how she wanted the sponsor sent her some what was that? It's like landscaper cloth wheat block. That's what it was. And how she had to move all her grow bags and then put the grow bags on there. And fortunately, she had a daughter out there helping her work in the yard as well. And they got all that done before the rain hit. Uh-oh. Wait a minute. Chat just jumped on me. I saw something I wanted to see. It was the other way. Oh, okay, that's what's Mike. Tell them heathens is praying hands. Okay. Okay. All right. I hear you. Okay, it's praying hands. Okay. That's right. Tell them, grow what I eat. Make sure that you hit that button, that like button, and show me that you like me just a little bit. That's right, Cheryl. Yeah, that's right. Drop your name in there. Where's my best girl? Shh. She been on my nerves all day today. She just rotten, spoiled. Leave that child alone. See, Mike, she don't live with you. She live with me. She'll come sit at my feet. Yeah, 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 yeah. Fifi, I just got through watching your video with your husband up on the roof cleaning out the gutters. Yes, indeed. That's a job for Superman. That's what I call it. She laid out like I wanted to in the garden. Yeah. Yeah, that's another spoiled child. That's right. Make sure you drop the MSOG. Let folks know where they can find you. Everybody saying hello to Fifi. Yes, indeed. Fifi saying hello to everybody else. Grow what I eat. All right, you just as bad as Mike. Yes, you are. Leave that child alone. She ain't bothering nobody. She's not bothering me. I got my favorite shirt on. Show me that you like me. Just a little bit. Gina did for me. Love it. Hey, Glow. How are you? I call you Glow because that's my sister's name, Gloria. And we call her Glow for short. Yep. Good evening to you too, babe. Yeah, bro, what I eat. Yeah, she's been for the last week or so since I was hurting. She wasn't leaving my side. She stayed right up on me. She even jumped on me one time and laid across my chest, which is something she doesn't normally do. And she just laid real still because I was really hurting that day. I had took some for pain and it hadn't stopped. And she knew I wasn't feeling well. So, animals sense when you're not feeling good. Just like if a pet owner passes, how the pets will sit right there next to the coffin. They even feel the sense of loss. So yeah, pets also can tell if you got cancer. They used to have dogs that used to sniff around potential cancer victims and could tell if they had it or not. It's their keen sense of smell in the human anatomy that alerts them to what's going on. Yeah, everybody saying hello to one another, saying hi. Yeah, I love the shirt too. Gina made this for me. She surprised me, mailed it to me. I didn't even ask her for it. And she did it for me. And I cried when I opened it up and saw what it was. I still get a little teary eyed that she thought of me that much. I love this shirt. Yellow door. After she laid that fabric out, laid on the ground and said she wanted to lay in the garden and watch the clouds go by. And she said, yeah, and that her garden would be tall enough that wouldn't nobody see her laying out there looking up at the sky. I could feel you because you get one with the earth, you know. It's something about being out in your yard that even though it might be hard work, well, we know it's hard work, that when you come in and shower and sit down, you sleep so much better. It's just like you have released all that negative energy and you let your body just relax, and it just eases your mind. And when you go to sleep, it's a solid, restful sleep, and you wake up refreshed. It's just something about being outside and being in the yard that makes such a big difference. That is okay, Miss Shirley. My people call me that too. Ah, they call you Glow too. Okay. Well, thank you. Yes, indeed. Nature or bathing, some call it. Yeah, well, that's a good name for it. Yeah. So it's just something about being out in the garden because we're made from dirt. We're made from dust. Even the Bible tell you that. So we can connect with it. We can get that energy from it. From dust you was made, and dust you will return, which is so true. But yeah, it's just a natural inclination from day one, from the Garden of Eden to now. It still hasn't changed. We still have that nurturing feeling of being in the yard and being in the dirt, like our yellow door's daughter. She had gloves on, but she wasn't scared of worms. She had a handful of worms. She was getting them out from underneath the grow bags and dumping them back in the garden. So yeah. Okay, what else I'm missing? Nature. Okay, I saw that. Hello, everyone. I missed. Okay. Ah, Tia. Drum Goal. Good evening, sweetheart. Thank you for stopping in tonight. It's greatly appreciated. Everybody's falling in one by one. Yeah. So let me go over some of the stuff here that I have been checking out this week. Oh, did anybody watch that video of growing out the box? How he planted up his blueberries? Yeah, he did a lot of work in putting them blueberries in. But I guarantee you, once he put them in, he don't have to do anything else, but probably add a little more fertilizer as the season goes. But he dug and cleaned out that spot and built that soil up and put that blueberry in there. And I was like, whoo, okay. That bad boy should be pumping out some serious blueberries for all the work and amendments that he put and added in that soil. I can't wait to see that bush because I know it's going to be loaded. All right, somebody saying hi. Okay. Please hit that like button and show you that you like her just a little bit. It's greatly appreciated. Yeah, tell them everybody. Get it. Tia, get it, Cheryl. Let them know. Please hit that like button because it does make a difference when it comes to analytics. Let's see. What else? Oh, I was watching Cece. I think it was two different videos. One, she had moved stuff around and enlarged her garden. And then the one I think I saw was from last night. It was a real bad rainstorm that came through there. And she was showing you how her garden was flooded and how she was trying to get her other little pots off that stand so they wouldn't drown the plants that was in it. Excuse me. Yeah. Oh, there she go. We talked you up. Was your ears burning, Gina? We were saying nice things, though. I was showing them. My shirt. Show me that. Let me see. Can I? Oh, wait a minute. No, I can't get it. I was trying to see if I can get it where it says just a little bit. Oh, what'd you say? I'm just listening tonight. Formally, I'm not feeling my. Oh, what's wrong, baby girl? and you let them folks wear you out. I'm so sorry you're not feeling good. Well, I hope you feel better. Please take care of yourself. Please, please, please take care of yourself. Ooh, yeah, feel better soon. We won't ask you to say hi to everybody. We know you're not feeling good. Sometimes that takes a lot out of you trying to type up everybody's names and replies. So just hope you feel better. Take care of yourself. Um, let's see. I talked about CC. Oh, and I also was watching Rambo, our brother over the seas there in the UK, how he was growing root beets and how he was mixing the soil and adding sand, yeah, to it so that the beets would have room to expand easily without running into sticks and other stuff in the soil so they don't get deformed. Yeah, feel better, Gina. Yeah. Thank you, Tia. Gina made this shirt for me. Tina. Gina did this for me, Tia. I love this shirt. Yes, I do. Yep. uh, and Gina, I was watching your video about the update on herbs, how that cold snap came through there and killed off a lot of your herbs, so you'll have to be replanting some stuff. But yeah, I haven't put my big plants, well, the little ones out. Big ones I did. I looked at them today and they still hanging in there. So yeah. Hey, my Renaissance grandma. How are you, sweetheart? Yep. Glad to see you coming in, saying hello. Yep. Telling Jenny, hope she feel better. Sinus cold. Ooh, girl, please. When you can't breathe and your head's congested, that's enough not to, it just sucks all the life out of you. Yep. On the end, on up end. Okay, well, as long as you stay ahead of it, that way you don't drag it out too long. Just hope you feel better. Up there, CC eased up in there. CC, did you hear me talking about you? Was your ears burning, girl? I was saying how the first video I saw of yours early part of the week, you were expanding your garden. And then was it last night or the night before you had that terrible rainstorm that came through there? How your garden is just totally flooded and how you was moving pots off that one stand so that your plants weren't sitting in water. I think you were showing what tomatoes or what have you, but you had all kinds of plants you were showing. So yeah, I'm glad that you were safe from that storm because I know you were saying it was pretty bad. It was somebody else talking in the background in regards to you out there looking at your garden. So yeah, I just ordered some tulle fabric. Everyone's been telling me about those birds eating my blueberries. Then me, I just ordered some. Where I got some tulle from. I went to Walmart in the fabric department. If they have one or a project department at Walmart, they have tulle, and I got it. Like a big roll for like $1.50, and it's pretty sticky and it works real well around my brassicas and my potatoes, so they don't eat the tops and the flowers off of them. If I didn't see them flowers off the top of my potatoes last year, my red skin potatoes, I would have never known they was ready. Because I saw them one day and it came back out the next day and the deer head got the chicken wire was at this and they got their heads over and bit the leaves, the flowers off my potatoes. They couldn't get down in the basket, but they ate the flowers off the top. I was like, wow, you ain't gonna let me have nothing. But my potatoes came out real good, so I was happy for that they couldn't get to them before then. It's true. I just tried to pick them. Okay, thanks. It was bad. Okay, so it was last night. All right, so I was up to date on your videos. Yeah, because I seen you walking out there and I seen a couple of feet of water. I was like, oh, I know what that gentleman said. You don't have to water in a couple of days. I was like, she ain't got to water for the rest of the week. They expecting rain starting tomorrow here in Ohio. We haven't had rain this week. We've had enough cold, but we haven't had rain. But they talking about rain for the next 4 days, and the temperature still won't get above 50 degrees. And the nights will be dropping down as low as 37, feeling like 33. So yeah, this weather's really unstable. These animals are clever. Eat. Oh yeah, yeah. They want to eat. They'll find a way to get to your food. Uh, they like hackers. They gonna figure it out sooner or later. Oh, what Tia said? You had a bad storm yesterday here in Florida. It ripped through here quick. Left a man. Oh yeah, I was watching Led's video and he was talking about how it shook him up being in the RV. Yeah, he had to call Lady Led and let him know it was pretty bad. So he was fortunate that it didn't do as much damage as he thought it would. So, hey, Tori. Tori, did you get my email? I found yours and I sent you one back. I just want to know, did you get it? It's raining here now through Sunday. Okay, Jeanette. All right. Yeah, weather's acting crazy all over the world. Ooh, you've had rain since Wednesday till Saturday, and it's cool. It's downright cold here. I went out yesterday for a hot minute, and I had a hoodie up under my jacket, and it felt good. I thought I was going to be overdressed. No, I put on just right amount of clothes. So yeah, I'm going out in a few minutes. I'll pull them out for some rainwater. Every time I open the door, a bird. Yeah. Oh, we had a bad thunderstorm yesterday with hail too, and we're on a tornado watch again today until 10 o'clock. Ooh, Presbyterian, please be careful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the rain's been crazy everywhere, all over the world. Yeah, this rain and cold temperatures has really got a lot of folks messed up. Yeah, you know what? Oh, what does he say? Half was coconut. Lord have mercy. The other half was chocolate chip. All right. I hope y'all talking about cookies. Make sure y'all drop MSOG so that you can get your channels posted so people can see and come check you out and see what you got going in your garden. I know a lot of people are already pulling up their spring stuff like their cabbage and brassicas and stuff, and they're planting peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, watermelon, melons of all kinds, um, getting ready for warm weather stuff. But the weather is still too unpredictable here. And we will be waiting until the end of May. Not after Mother's Day, actually to the end of May before we put out anything warm weather because it needs to stay at least 50 degrees or more for at least 6 days for me in order to put my seedlings outside. Yes, ma'am. I'm about to send you. Okay. All right. I just want to know that you get mine after I figured out how to get in it. Me a chocolate chip fan. I'm an oatmeal raisin kind of girl. Hey, African Dreamer, aren't you supposed to be asleep? Well, I was talking to you earlier today. I really enjoyed being on your program today. Um, I really did. Talking to vision preparedness and motivation. Oh, yeah, the weightlifting geek. So that was nice. I really appreciated that. And good info. Even oh, okay. Bro Farmer saying hi to Nightbot. Hi, Nightbot. Everybody else saying hi to you. Hello. How you doing? Did you get your internet pay? Oh man, let me tell you, I ran into some more problems with my internet here. It's still buffering, it's still dropping phone calls. It's still messed up. I called them again and they said they're still in the process of trying to straighten it out. So I don't know what the issue is, but it's very disconcerting at this point. You know, you get everybody's money, but you can't get the internet straight. Gluten free, dairy free. Okay. That's good for folks who can't eat that. Yeah, drop. Yeah, that's right. Drop that MSOG so that you can drop your channels, let other folks know how they can find you. Because I did want to have some panel folks come up tonight, but I didn't appreciate having my panel folks here and they kept kicking me out. I don't know. It might do the same again tonight because it was buffering real bad earlier. I got kicked out a couple of times when I was on African Dream, and but it let me right back in. Wow, broke. Cold beer, cold beer. Yeah, Broke, I was watching your video while you was out in the garden taking that last cabbage up out of there and looking at your strawberries. What you say, all that pruning did do a good job. You got they're loaded with strawberries. What else? Oh, when you was cutting your basket with your Swiss chard and your carrots, that orange one was a big one. That was a really big one. But the lunar carrots look nice though. That got to be a nice combination. Broke, are those lunar carrots, are they as sweet as the orange? Because I've seen the mixed carrots, but I never seen just plain, excuse me, white ones being planted. Yeah, I want to know what the white ones taste like, bro. You got to give me a heads up. What you say, Cheryl Cole being here too? I ain't mad at you. Quenches your thirst. That's right, bro. And this thing is heavy too. This is weightlifting style. Okay. Yeah, back in the day in college, they did a chug a lug. Yes, indeedy. Too old for that now. Yeah, I was wanting to eat a Swiss chard too. Bro, a lot of the stuff that you grow, who cooks it? You or your wife? Because I was watching, you had the Swiss chard carrots. And I like when you said no whammies for the lunar and orange carrots. Straw, and those leeks look pretty good, though. That was huge. That one leek you pulled up, that was a big leek. And your lettuce was nice and full too. You did a nice little tour and harvest going through that garden. Would you say tastes better to you? Oh, okay. That's nice. That's good to know if I decide I want to try it. Yeah, on the Swiss chard, you can saute that in a little olive oil and butter, a little salt and pepper, and be good to go. Yes, indeed. Okay, who else I was watching? Oh, African Dreamer. I was watching your short on you found a KFC in Tanzania. How did the chicken taste? Or are you sure it was chicken? Just kidding. Not. Oh, KFC in Tanzania. Lydia. Oh, hello, dear. I was watching you today about your poor chicken. Been been attacked. Yes, indeedy. Be all right. How you thought when you said, why don't you tell somebody you left the gate open? I was, I was like, Lydia, the gate's open. You didn't hear me. Oh, yeah. Well, Bishop, Gina's not feeling good. She's under the weather today. So check on your buddy. Yep, yep. And I heard what you said at the end of your video, Lydia. Thank you. Hey, she is sunshine. Whoop whoop. Oh, the chat just went. Not goat Mike. Oh, hey, African Dreamer, did you get you some goats? I, I was wondering, did you ever get goats? 10 in here? Yeah, there you go. The Educated Natural. Hey, sweetie, thank you for stopping in tonight. Yep. Boy, everybody's popping up in here. Yes, indeed. I appreciate that. No, then you okay. It's back, Miss Shirley. OG had to make a drop. That's okay. Hey, handle your business, girl. Do what you gotta do. I can't help you. Yeah. Sure, I had goat once and my girlfriend was like, you know what you eating? I was like, no, it's good. She said, you eating goat. I said, okay, can I have some more? She was like, sure. I'm like, all right. When I went to Jamaica, I was eating jerk chicken and goat the whole time I was there. I was there for 7 days. No, was I there 7 days? 10 days. And I jerked chicken and goat myself out. Well, I was glad to come home. Oh, and seafood. They got good seafood too. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good, 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 good. I had go to here in Georgia. Oh, they have it in Georgia? I didn't know that. Grace, what's up, sweetie? Glad you see you. Everybody saying hello. Oh, Tori, you didn't call her Attorney 10. You just called her 10. 10, tell him to give you your props. Say your attorney LLC. Yeah, let him know. Yeah, you got clout. Let him know who you are. Let Corey say, step up. You grow row, girl. I was watching you in that taste testing. I'm so glad you didn't have that cayenne up there this week, because the first time I saw you taste that cayenne vinegar, and when you dip that spoon in there, I was like, oh, no, no. Does she know that's too much? If that's cayenne, you know how hot cayenne was? And as soon as you sipped it, you were, and I was like, girl, no, cayenne is hot. But I like all the bigger ones. And you took your, what was that, litmus paper? We used to do that in school to check the acidity level in certain juices and what have you back in the day when we was kids. Yeah. So yeah, that was fun watching you with the taste testing. And then and those shot glasses, you only supposed to put a little bit. You filled them bad boys up. Then talking about you poured too much. Yeah, you did. Pour half of that next time when you do that final testing for your friends. Yeah, I was cracking up. That's right. Please hit that like button. OG, like her. Like my shirt said, Gina, just a little bit. Will be greatly appreciated. I notice on different people's lives, there have been some really hot topics lately about the times that we're living in, whether it's children behavior, homelessness, mental health, dating. So evidently, these things have become so prevalent that folks are speaking out on them, and letting you know how it can affect you and in your household. I had a stepbrother who had Down syndrome. He's passed, but Chris was 63 and had a mentality of a 9-year-old. But he was very respectful, and he was a good person. He was a good person. I miss him, but it's interesting when other folks, talk about, I don't know anybody with any of these issues, like autism and whatever. And I'm like, okay, so just because you're not around it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And it doesn't mean that you mistreat people because they have these disabilities. You'd be surprised how many people are cruel to people with handicaps. And in some cases, individuals don't feel like they have a handicap. They have learned to adapt to live their lives from day to day. So if they don't see it as a handicap, you shouldn't see it as one either. And you shouldn't be critical and you shouldn't be judgmental. They're living their best life. So you need to try to do that for yourself and not judge and criticize others. Oh, Nancy B. the Scratcher. Hey, sweetie. Thank you for stopping in the chat this evening. I'm so glad to see you. Yeah, when people say that they're not around, they are typically the one. Typically, I can say that word. I don't know why I can't say it right now, but yeah, they're the ones with the issue. Yeah. Hey, Juicy with Jay. Yep. Oh, Jay, I was watching you today do your 40 questions. I enjoyed you as well. And everybody know how you are about your fruit. Something in my throat. Let me see if I can rinse it down. Guava, y'all. This glass is heavy. You got to hold it with 2 hands. I worked with autistic for 24 years from ages 3 to 12. I was a social caseworker for 13 years. So I dealt with all of them. Before they named it autism, I worked with moms who had kids with Down syndrome and autism and a few other ailments as well. And that's the time they was calling him the R word. And we know how disrespectful the R word is. You know, you don't label people like that just because they're different from you. You know, we used to tease and say that this is just a tease, y'all, so don't get offended. When we were growing up, we used to say white folks take their folks that had autism and Down syndrome, they put them in the back room. They didn't want people to see that their child had a birth defect of some kind. Black folks would sit their kids smack dab in the middle of the living room with everybody else. Say he gonna have to learn and hear and how to fend for himself sooner or later. So he's no different than any other child. You treat him the same way. If the other kids outside playing, you send his butt outside and let him play with them too. He'll learn to defend himself and learn how to play. So yeah, but times have changed. People are different. It's crazy out here. Yeah, it is. Everybody's still saying hello to one another. Let's see. Oh, I was watching a video today with Tina. Who's that? Jody bought her some Popeye's chicken, and she used the Honey Slingers honey J3 to pour over her chicken along with some hot sauce. Okay. Oh, and I was watching Odom. He was singing. I was like, look at Odom. He started his out with a song in his heart. I was like, you go, Odom. And who else I was watching? Oh, Indiana. She was covering crops. Covering crops. What was I watching in Indiana? Oh, she was giving a whole list of crops and seeds that you need to drop this week, this coming week. And I was like, girl, that list is so long. I had to keep replaying that live forever to try to keep up with all the stuff you said you need to drop now. Because Indiana, Illinois, and Ohio sometimes almost have the same kind of weather because I think she's 6A as well. I'm 6B. So, yeah. I have a nephew who has Asperger, and I didn't know exactly what his condition was when he was growing up, but I didn't learn about it, and it made me more knowledgeable of it. Yeah, when the first time my cousin's boyfriend, he had a little boy, and he had Down syndrome. That was the first time I ever met a child with Down syndrome. But I found out that he had been getting away with heck and high water, okay? Because people thought that he was slow and he didn't understand what they were saying. He did something and I watched him for a minute and I was like, oh, he know what he doing. And then I started treating him like I treat the other children. When he did something he wasn't supposed to, he got a whooping just like anybody else. And when he realized that I knew what he was about, he quit playing them games with me. And then when I told my cousin and her boyfriend that there's nothing wrong with this child, he's just a little slower and learning stuff, but he knows exactly what he's doing. He was very smart. He was working grown-ups like puppets. Okay, he was working it. And I peeped his whole card. And when he came over, he always looked at me and smiled. I was like, you ain't nothing but a little devil. He knew exactly what he's doing. Kids with Down syndrome aren't dumb. They are quite intelligent. They just learn at a little slower speed. Once you teach them something, it's always with them and they'll do it right and do it the same way every time. Like Chris. Chris wouldn't put away a piece of item of clothing until he folded it just right. If he had to fold it 1,000 times, he folded it 1,000 times until he got it just right. He's not going to go for less perfection. So people kept trying to shortchange people with Down syndrome that they were stupid. No, they're not stupid. And they weren't the R word. They was just a little slower than others catching on. But once they did, they're quite intelligent. They see stuff other people don't see and understand. So, people only limit themselves on what they want to see. Backyard Garden Flow 2021. Thank you, sweetheart, for stopping in. Yes, indeedy. I'm glad you made it into the chat tonight. Yeah, so it's a lot of us that has friends or family that has some kind of element, whether it's Down syndrome, Asperger, uh, you know, autism, or what have you. But you learn to deal with those children, and they will love you just as much as you love them. They are very affectionate. They love the hugs and the kisses. Some kids like to be alone, but they'll let you know when it's okay to come close to them. You just have to pay attention. That's all. And Aunt Dilly, what's up, girl? Thank you for stopping in tonight. Girl, you in that chicken coop? Oh my goodness. What's that, Thelma and Louise? Girl, you didn't get bougie on us on the chicken coop. Yes, indeed. I know your husband look at you and shake his head when he see you decorating that chicken coop. But that's what you want and that's what you got. So I'm glad you enjoying it. You and your chickens. Yeah. Because I know you used to show us all the time the ducks that would be coming up from the pond and there. But now you don't have to watch them no more because you got your own babies. You got your own girls. Yes, indeed. And don't tell Mike that. I told you that man got so many seeds. Baker Creek is asking for their seeds back. Mike got seeds up the wazoo. He don't need no seeds. And he had nerve talking about they got a few kind that he haven't tried yet. I was like, when you gonna get time to try it? You're running out of room. I don't think you can get any more stands in that in your man cave, can you, for hydroponics? Or are you gonna plant them outside? Because I was like, geez, man, I was watching you, what was it, Meatless Monday? And you was making a salad from all the different kind of herbs you were cutting up, and you had mushrooms and all kinds of lettuce, and you was had a bowl full of herbs that you had went in there and trimmed. I was like, ooh, you ain't got no more room for nothing else. What you going hee 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 hee? You worse than one of the little devilish children. You a hot mess, Mike. Oh, she is sunshine. I got buku. I got so many different seed containers. It's ridiculous. I quit buying. I said I was gonna quit buying them. Mike, I can't talk because where was I at? Yeah, I bought some more seeds too. I'm addicted as well. I know there's no way that I will plant all those seeds before my lifetime, but I got a fifth generation that will be born in August, so my great grandchild will have seeds. Oh Lord, here come Miss Thing. Uh-uh. No, I'm on the live right now. No, what I told you about talking back. No, I told you I'm busy. Stop it. I know you. See, Mike, you talk to her. You hear her fussing? Yeah. Hey, Darnell up in here. Dardex, hey, thank you for stopping in. Nope, can't talk. Yes, my child has come in. I'm planting seeds I harvested last year and didn't label to see what I get. Oh Lord. So you're gonna have to wait for them to grow up in order to figure out. Deborah, what's that? Garnett? Thank you for stopping in tonight. Greatly appreciate you coming in. Yeah, everybody saying hello to one another. Okay, we leaving seeds. Yeah. And they're gonna be fighting over 'em. We gonna leave seeds in our wheel and they're gonna be fighting over 'em. Uh-oh. Nikki. The everyday life of the OCD is chick. Hello, sweetie. Glad you had a chance to stop in and say hello tonight. Say I can't drink on Wednesday night because I be just coming in from Bible study. And that to me that's seemed a little disrespectful to get spiritual food and pull up a 40 ounce. So I got it tonight, Nikki. Cold beer. Yes, indeedy. Everybody saying hello to one another. We're area waiting to be organized. It was 280. So for 99 cents, I had to get them. Mike, didn't nobody have a pistol to your head saying you had to buy them? That was not necessary. Any your excuse would do, and it's not working. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. I went into a store once that had seeds, and I walked out, and I came home, and do you know I felt guilty that that's the first time I ever walked into a store that had seeds and I didn't buy any. I felt real bad. I almost felt like going back and getting some just so it would ease my conscience. And I was like, "Are you serious? That's a drug, seed addiction. Not a bad habit to have, but it's still, I mean, I really was upset when I got home and I was like, I was in the store and I didn't even buy one pack of seeds. If I'd have bought one pack, I might have been able to justify it, but I couldn't do it. That was crazy. What you say, not seeds, arrow garden to grow in. It don't make any difference either way. Oh, well, there's seeds or another arrow garden. Do you have any more room? Do y'all have to move and get a bigger house so that you can have a bigger room to add more racks for your arrow garden? Yeah, I see some of your stuff get so big till other stuff have to take a back seat to it, or you got to trim it because it got shaded out. So yeah, that's right, Cheryl. Tell them drop MSOG, drop your channel so it can come up, so other people could see how they could find you and see what you're growing in your yard. Like we already got folks that's pulling up spring stuff and putting out summer stuff. We ain't planted jack outside because every time we plant something outside, we get these cold snaps and come back and it's a wrap. I was watching poor Jean. I feel sorry for her because we're both in Ohio. How she was going by and pulling up some of her little seedlings in there that the cold snap took out. And that's what we have to deal with. You have to learn your growing season. You start a lot of stuff inside and it stays inside. I won't buy seeds again until what I have is depleted. All right. But Jay, have you seen Mike's inventory? His will never get depleted. He don't need to buy seeds. He just buying seeds because he can. Like he said, I need a warehouse. That's what I'm talking about. Like I said, Baker Creek, if they watch this, they're gonna be asking for their seeds back, saying, really, dude? Uh-uh. And then they have the nerve, the audacity to send you some free seeds with your order. Oh my goodness. It's no, that's just bad. I will grab at least 3 or 4 packs of seeds to pacify my conscience. That's the way I feel, Renaissance Grandma. That's why I got that bag of seeds. But yesterday, um, I went to Gale's here out in the suburb of, what was that, Bedford, and I got some starts. You can buy starts with your EBT card. I got starts. I ain't mad because I'm dropping seeds, but I got starts too. Oh, I saw somebody new. Who was that? CP Family Farming. Hello, you new in the chat. Thank you for stopping in tonight. Thank you for seeing this old lady. Make sure you hit that like button to show me that you like me just a little bit. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I bought starts. There's no shame in my game, and I'm starting seeds as well. So the starts will get my garden started, and then as the seeds start to germinate and mature, I can fill in empty spots, empty pots, and as one thing completes you know its journey, I can drop something else in there. I'm like what Stacy said. I'm starting my own Black Depot, but I have to start mine inside because of this inclement weather that we have. It's not guaranteed. Like last Thursday when I did my live, you remember, y'all? I had the ceiling fan going, I had my door open, and I had on a tank top. It was 80 degrees. Right now, oh no, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow is 63 and mostly sunny. Where's my phone? I want to see what the temperature is right now here in Cleveland. All right. It's 42 degrees right now. All right. And it's still early. So that might drop. If it's that, it's going to drop down to the 30s before the end of the night is over. So, yeah. I'm tempted to pull my potatoes this week. Yeah, but you in Texas. All right. You had a little more warm, consistent weather, CC, than what we have here. Okay. Like I said, last week, I was in a tank top, ceiling fan. It was hot in the house. Today, I'm walking around. I had a hoodie on early. I had a sweatshirt, a heavier sweatshirt on before I changed because it was cool. I'm hoping you all cold snap is done by the end of May. I got to go get my aunt's garden together. She is in zone 5. I hope so too, because I the stuff that I have, it's ready. I mean, I want to do a video, but my SD card is full. I got to put a new one in there. I was filming in Home Depot and then it cut off because it ran out of space. Yeah, Ro. That's right, Ro. You in Ohio too. Ohio. Yep. You might be close to Gina. Yep. You too. Yeah, I feel sorry for it too. Yep. So, yeah. So yeah, we definitely have to wait till almost the end of May before we're guaranteed that the weather will stay above 50 degrees consistently, not just for a couple of days. It's got to be almost 6 to 7 days at 50 or above before I put plants in the ground. Otherwise, you're going to lose everything and you'll be starting from scratch again. Because I have, what did I get? Oh, Presbyterian. I actually found some stevia here in Ohio. Not every place, not every nursery carry stevia, but I found a little small plant. But if you got some more, I'll take it because I want to plant it in more than one pot. My gladiolas are peeking up through the soil that y'all saw me plant in the crate. My dahlias in the pot, they're starting to peek through. I see some leaves, but I know they should have been further along than what they are right now, but it's just been cold, so that's kind of stunted their growth. So once it's warm, they're going to take off and really bloom. And I found another pack of, where that? Oh no, I got them in the hallway. Dahlias, and they're different colors. They're like the red and burgundy and purple. So I'm really ready to put those in a pot too. What you say, sure, it's 59 here and it's chilly. Yeah, well, 47 and 42 is not the warmest degrees, okay? Yeah. We got a lot of new folks that's coming in, and I'm so glad to see you guys. Make sure y'all drop, that MSOG so everybody can see your channel. And if you feel like it, drop your grow zone in the state that you're in, because not all of us in the same state. Yeah, we all over the place, from Juice with Jay from California, all the way up to Connecticut, from Georgia up to Michigan. So we're all over the place. I have about 17-gallon containers and 155. Oh, wow, you got a lot of stuff going on there. Yesterday's storm woke me up so too. Yeah, everybody was saying that the storm was really bad out there. 66, grow what I eat. I would love 66. We ain't seen 66 in a while. Since last week when it was 80. And then it dropped down to 30. Mike, we know you in the it's like saying North Alaska. Okay. Oh, okay, CB Florida Farm. So, you caught that storm too in Florida? Yeah, Ed was talking about it too. Broke, we know you down there. Duval, yeah, North Florida. Y'all caught that storm coming through there. And Cece caught it too in Texas. All that water she got up in there. That's right, Mike. Tell him. Drop MSOG. Okay, in Georgia. Okay, Nancy. Okay. Maryland. Oh, you in Maryland? I don't know why I didn't think. I have no idea why I thought you was somewhere else, Nikki. I know that Stacy was in Georgia. So where is Bushi at? If you in Maryland, where is Bushi? Y'all all over the place. Kelly Pooh Bear up in here? Girl, I hope to see you next year at the Soil Family 2024. I want to see so many of you guys next year in Soil Family 2024. I gotta go what they call it, go fund coffee can. Every time I get $1 or some change, I'm dropping it in there. I want a straight flight. I do not want to change planes in Charlotte. I want a straight flight from Ohio to Savannah, Georgia. I don't want to change planes. I want to be there. I want to be refreshed. I don't want to be worn out running through airports like I'm OJ. Yeah, California host Steady with Pooh Bear. Thank you for stopping in my chat. Angela's Garden Delight. Hey, girl. Ooh, y'all about to make an old lady cry. Oh, to see all of y'all come into my chat, y'all just don't know how. Bougie is in South Carolina. Okay. Guava. I'm going to tell y'all a little story. When I first found Lead Farmer, it was on a fluke. I found Lead. I was looking for a line dance video. And I read up on Lead Farmer, and I was like, what is this black man talking about gardening? At that time, Lead was a little more rough around the edges, so to speak, compared to what he is now. And I started listening to him. And I enjoyed his content to a certain degree. And then I started seeing all you other gardeners. And at that time, it was Lion Crest, it was Turf Therapy. These young men hadn't had channels yet, but they were listening to Lead. Lady Lead didn't have a channel yet when I was listening to Lead. Quite a few of us did not have channels while we were listening to Lead. Lead encouraged so many people to get their own channels. He wanted to see us get some of that limelight and monetization that other people were getting for years. When I saw Lead, Lead had been around for a while. It wasn't his first ride at the rodeo. When I met Lead, Lead only had maybe 53,000 subscribers at that time. I was around when he hit 73,000 and had the big celebration. Now he's over 300,000 subscribers. But look how many people he built up and brought up into the garden community. I don't think it's not too many people that's in this chat right now had not been encouraged by Lead to start their own channels, including myself. I actually wrote Lead a letter, and he can tell you I didn't want to get into it because he was having problems at one point with trolls. I mean, trolls was like, shoot, they was like making it their life goal to try to discredit and discourage Lead. And at times he did get a little discouraged and upset, but then he stepped back and said, I must be doing something right for them to come after me so deep. And Lead said, they can't have me. They're going to have to find somebody else. And then the first time trolls hit me in my own live, folks was typing in the chat, Miss Shirley, you finally made it. Trolls found you. And y'all just don't know how hard I was laughing in my head in regards to that. I was like, if I can deal with Shaniqua at the bank when she's sitting there topping her fingers and her gums with the long nails and all these weaves and what have you in there, I could deal with trolls on the internet. And that was just funny. And I've been going strong ever since. And I'm seeing all you new people coming in. You're asking questions and you're asking the right questions. We don't think any questions that you have is considered stupid. None whatsoever. Some of them a little far fetched. And sometimes we have to stop and try to hold our composure to keep from laughing, because some of them can be out there, but we understand You're asking for help to become a better person and learn how to be self-sufficient. So this way we have to, how they say, pull the reins back and back up and give you what you need. And I just love it. And we have a lot of content creators who aren't gardeners. They have skills in other fields, but they're ready to grow and be self efficient in gardening. And I just love it. And we got all caliber of gardeners here. We got all calibers of garden. Oh, do I see somebody saying hello to Tina? Miss Linda, welcome. Thank you for stopping in my chat tonight. Glad to see you here. I was telling them earlier how I was laughing at you eating your chicken that Jody got you from Popeyes with J3's honey and hot sauce. That looked good. You almost say I got a Popeyes down the hill. You almost made me want to go down there and get me some chicken. But anyway, I was just saying, we have been encouraged by so many content creators to come out of the closet of being uptight and sedity and saying that you got a black thumb. Nobody has a black thumb. If anybody got a black thumb, it got to be a diabetic and it's on the verge of falling off. Okay. Other than that, nobody has a black thumb. Everybody has whatever color your skin is, that's what color your thumb is. Okay. That's the craziest statement I ever heard. But anyway, everybody has the opportunity to grow. I don't care if it's one tomato plant or one pepper plant until you feel comfortable in what you're doing. I don't care what you grow it in. You can find an old pair of blue jeans, tie the legs up, fill them up full of dirt, and put a plant in them. You can find a glass cup with a broken handle. Okay, you can knock a hole in the bottom of it, throw some dirt in it, and grow something. My sweet potato in the window this year was better than the sweet potatoes I had last year. They didn't took off. The jar is full of roots, and I got starts this tall. I'm getting ready to break them off and put them in their own separate water so they can grow roots on them. I'm growing my own slits for my sweet potatoes this year. So when they're ready to go in the ground, they will have their own roots, and I just can't wait to do that. Yes, please hit that thumbs up and show me that you like me. As Gina say, just a little bit. It's greatly appreciated. It's so nice that everyone here can help one another. Like I said, we're from all different walks of life, different nationalities, different parts of the world, not just in the United States. You know, we have people in Jamaica, we got them in the UK, we got them in Africa, we got them in Australia, we got them in the Virgin Islands, we got them in Puerto Rico. We have people from everywhere. We always say, like-minded. We all have the same goal, to have our own chickens if we can afford them, and set it up. Gardening all year round. You know, if you can't garden outside, garden inside. Who was that? I think that was Georgia Peachnut, where she was saying that hers is getting so big they got to move out. She's hardening off her vegetables, and she moved them from the living room out into the garage. And she said next they got to go out because they're getting so big they need to be put in the ground. But we know how crazy this weather is, and so it makes it hard for us to really put our seedlings outside when you don't want to catch all these different climate changes. You know, we got people walking out here talking about put a double layer over your plants, you know, to start slowly harden them off and protect them from the frost. And then as the temperature warm off, take that second layer off and just have one layer on. So you're not constantly bringing plants in and out, and let them acclimate to the outdoor furniture temperature. And then eventually you can put them into wherever you need for them to go so that they can get going. Hey, Yankee sister, how are you? I was enjoying watching You do your 40 questions, and I was like, oh, that's why her and Miss Linda's so tight. Y'all both love the color purple. And I found out Mike likes the color purple too. So y'all ain't the only ones up on that color purple. And I'm not talking about Whoopi Goldberg and or, or Oprah. But yeah, that color purple seems to be hot amongst you guys. Once we get heat, we will be fighting. Oh yeah, because once you get heat, you're gonna hope that the heat don't fry. You know, you're coming out with what they call them, the dark covers to put over them to kind of cut down the intensity of the sun. The heat still might get them, but the covers that you put over to try to darken the sun so they don't literally fry your plants. You're going to go from one battle to the next. And then I see a lot of people complaining already about that little white butterfly laying eggs on their brassicas and pepper plants and whatever, So you got to check underneath your leaves to make sure. And I bought some more plants and I didn't bring them up and put them with the other one. They're in an incubation, not incubation. Me and my words, we're just not working out tonight. But I literally have them separated so that if they got any bugs up underneath them, whatever that I miss, they won't attack other plants that I have bought earlier. So we're working on isolation. That's the word I was thinking of. Okay. I hear you, Cheryl. Invited in some shade cloth. That's the word. Thank you. Shade cloth last year. Best purchase ever. Yep. That shade cloth. And if you don't have shade cloth, if you can take the big black contractor's bag that are jet black and throw it over the top, that will help reflect some of that heat from the sun as well. That's right, Cheryl. Tell me to hit that like button and show me that you like me. Just a little bit would be greatly appreciated. I got some. Oh yeah. You know what? I bought some sweet potatoes and I put them in a brown paper bag to see if they would chip. Them sweet potatoes ain't did jack. So that lets me know that. Oh, excuse me, y'all. Chantel, let me call you back, sweetie.
All right, dear.
All right, bye-bye. That young lady lost her mom a couple of weeks ago. She's a good friend of mine. Become mom now. Yeah, and they didn't chit at all. So that lets me know that those potatoes were sprayed or something, but they're not right. They didn't, and they've been in that bag for more than 3 weeks. They should have chitted by now, and they didn't. The ones in the water, they have taken off. So I'm gonna get a lot of slits from that one, and that's the one I want. Yes, get ready, good run. All right, Yankee sister saying hello to everybody. Everybody saying hello to one another. I always use an old trampoline netting temporary. Oh, okay. And I've been hitting um the Dollar Trees to look for the basket covers. If you can't find like the basket covers, I can't think of the right word of what they call the netting that you use for laundry bags. Excuse me, like growing out the box, how he has his nicely covered to keep, the white butterfly off his brassicas and stuff. I found out that the bags that you use for your lingerie, like your delicate Brazils and panties, and they have the knitted bag that zip, where you can cut that zipper out and use them the same way over your plants. But I also have some tool to put over them as well. Yeah, so you get creative when you're trying to keep other stuff out of your garden, whether it's groundhogs or raccoons or deer or squirrels or cats. You start getting creative. You start really getting down in your research to find out what repels certain animals, as well as making up sprays to get rid of aphids, and also being mindful of Japanese maple. Because when you start seeing your rose leaves turning into looking like lace, you know you got Japanese beetles. And you look for those little green worms and you try to get rid of those, as well as full adult beetles. In the lower branches on my climbing rows, I don't have that problem with them because they know that you can get to them. Because when they get higher up the trellis, that becomes somewhat of a problem. But then I'll grab a broom and start knocking them off and killing them. And I get out there early in the morning before they get their fill, and I try to kill them. I don't just knock them off. I take the leaf that they've been nibbling on, because that leaf is going to die eventually. So why let the plant keep more juice into that leaf, trying to keep it alive? Just take it off. Just clean it up and take it off. Throw it in your compost pile or in your super juice. Now, with all this rain, I got so many, my rain barrels are so full. I got so much super juice. I've been throwing in old cabbage leaves. I've been making cabbage. What else did I throw in there? It was a salad that I had in the back of the refrigerator. I didn't see. I just dumped the whole salad in there because it's all veggies. It's all veggies. It's not chemically treated. They'll break down, and I've been cleaning off the old leaves off my house plants and throwing them in there. So my super juice is loud. I took the lid off of it, and I had to go, woo, okay. Yeah, it's ready and it's ripe. Dollar store sells those delicate laundry. Yes, they do, Mike. That's where I got them from. Yeah, that's where I got my laundry bags from the Dollar Tree. I bought a bunch of dollar store wire trash baskets to keep tree rats off my slate. Well, I showed y'all the video I had. Actually, I still got a few little short ones. I had gotten the taller waste paper baskets, the wire ones, and I used those for the taller plants. But for seedlings and stuff that I'm doing direct seeding, like watermelon and cucumbers or whatever, I have the other little baskets to put over them to give them a chance to get started before the raccoons go over there and dig them up. Okay, actually, I got one here. This is a little short one. These are nice. And I have the 6-inch garden spikes to put them in the ground and hold them in for any new seedlings that I put in the ground that I want to give them a chance to get a good start. When these get too short and too small for the seedling, then I take them off, and then I get the taller white ones that I have to put over it to give them a fighting chance, because the struggle with the animals over here is real. I wish I could do that with my hostas, because they will eat my hostas down to the ground. But I have a serious groundhog, raccoon, deer, and possum problem over here. Like, there's a park at the end of my street. My street do not go all the way through. There's a park, and I'm not kidding. When they can't find what they want in the garden, they come in the neighborhood and they hit my garden like it's country buffet. They do. So if I don't get proactive in covering all my produce, I don't get a whole lot. So I feed so many friends and family, and also for myself. I'm going to get something out of this. I'm not going to put in all this work and walk away and not get something out of it. So believe me, it ain't no joke. Shakira, hey, babe, how are you? I don't know how many other folks I missed because I was sitting here running my mouth. Yeah, covering is the key. Yeah, and then I have the baskets. I bought a bunch of the laundry baskets, the ones that's open at the top and not closed in. When the white trash bags become too small, then I go to the closed baskets. I mean, I'm really fighting to get my I wish I could fence it in. I wish I had the money to really fence in that whole yard, but it's just too costly. But I do what I can with what I have. You just have to get creative in regards to watching. I don't have a fence around it whatsoever. And so anybody or anything can walk up in the garden and do what they want. My neighbor who's on the other side of the garden, she's pretty good about being a little watchful, and I really haven't had problems with two-legged people. They've been pretty decent about it, and they respect that it is my garden, and they will wait and ask me for stuff. They'll drop a note in my mailbox or whatever, and I'm like, sure, and I will pick whatever's in season. If it's ready, put it in a bag. I will write their name on it and hang it on the door, and they come and get it, and they're quite grateful and appreciative. And some guys even offer to help me move around bags of mulch and dirt to help me keep my garden going. Because, they tell stories like my grandmother had a garden, when she was living, or my mom, before she got sick, she had a garden. They have yet to start their own personal garden, but they know about gardening. And some of them, I don't even have to tell them what to do. They really do know about gardening. I told them, you can do this yourself, even though you're in an apartment, even if you got a sunny window, you can start a garden. I mean, you might not get everything you want, but you can grow something and be proud of what you grow. And if you got kids or grandkids that you might come over, they might come over for the weekend and visit, get them interested in the garden. You can bring them down to me and I will give them a tour of the garden and show them what they can accomplish as well. So it's feasible. And I'm trying to teach as many people as possible. This weekend, I'm going to a ladies' brunch, and they're having a lot of vendors there selling their wares like soaps and crochet items and all kinds of jewelry and what have you. I'm gonna take some seeds. I'm gonna take some seeds and pass them out as well. So, or I might put like 3 in the bag and say, "Give me a buck," and that will help me to buy more stuff like more potting soil or more mulch for my garden. Certain people I know I'm gonna give them, but there's if you're gonna give me $1 for these, sure, I take it, put it in my little can and keep it moving. Try spraying with cayenne pepper. Yeah, girl, please. I tried that. You know what? They came over here and sucked up the garden still. It was like they was eating Cajun. Please, these are straight up ghetto. I've never seen creatures like we have here. Yeah, the cayenne pepper is old school. I've been doing that for a long time. It worked for a while, and then it seemed like their palates changed, and they started liking it. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, let me tell you, I had to go to 4 different Dollar Trees before I found baskets. Not all of them carry it, or they said they were out of stock, or they hadn't come in. You know, and so I just kept on, and every time I went to one, I try to ask before I got busy shopping, you got any baskets? They said, what kind? I said, laundry baskets. And they had the ones that had the solid bottom. And you can still buy those and drill hole, but I like the ones that's already cut out. And I also like when they had the landscaper cloth, like I did the crate, you can put them inside and grow potatoes in it or whatever you want in it. They're deep enough. I mean, those are even nice for carrots, because they're deep enough and you can add the sand or whatever so that the soil is loose and they don't have to fight to stretch out. So you'll have nice straight carrots. I mean, it's a million and one things you can grow in a Dollar Tree laundry basket with lining in it. It is guavia. If anybody came in the chat and I missed not saying hello to you, I'm sorry, but please accept my apology and thank you for coming in to see me tonight. It is greatly appreciated. We have so much. Would you say, CC, spicy animals? Yeah, I got them, girl. Yeah, they are. I ain't kidding. I have cayenne pepper that I personally grown, and I crushed it up and I made a spray with it. And I did spray some stuff they left below, and other stuff was like, oh, that just beefed it up, made it taste even better. And I was like, I can't believe it. You would think they miles of time. I actually missed habanero peppers with cayenne to make it extra hot. Psh, girl, please. These is Cajun animals. They was right up their alley. I was like, do y'all know Miss Linda? They was eating still. So I was like, okay, all right. And I divided those purple irises that you saw in the front yard. I actually divided them and put them in a garden bed over, excuse me, in my vegetable garden. And they're coming up and they're looking really nice. I added some dianthus in one, the little baby pink carnations. So they help bring pollinators. And I got a half a flat of marigolds the other day. And I'm gonna grow some zinnias from seed. But the marigolds I got, they was like a half a flat for like $7. And I was like, this way I can put them everywhere. I can put them in the flower pots. I can put them in the vegetable beds. And I can actually put those in the beds right now so that they can get established. So once I put my veggies on, That's somewhat of an early deterrent for any insects that might be in the vicinity. That might be flying around looking for fresh veggies, you know. So, oh, Harvey Container Gardener. All right, I see you. You eased on in here. Good evening. Thank you for stopping by. It's greatly appreciated. People just coming in, please drop your channel MSOG and let people know where they can find you so that they can come and check out your video or even subscribe to your station. I ain't funny like that, okay? So I want you to be able to talk to other folks that's in your vicinity. It's just like I was listening to Stacy talking to some other folks in regards to how he's been going to the elementary schools and helping them to dig up the gardens and help the garden program in the schools to teach the kids how to be self-sufficient, how to grow. Okay. Reagan Brown, thank you for stopping in. I don't think I've ever seen you here. Well, welcome to our channel, The Analytic Gardener. Hey, thank you for stopping in tonight. Oh, Megan. Oh, is that Reagan? Okay. You have a channel. Oh, I got to come check you out, sweetie. I've never met you before, but thank you for stopping in. I'll check you out and see what you're about. I greatly appreciate it. I find that if you put your hot pepper flakes or spray on your plant, this will fry your leaves. This did not happen to you. No, I sprayed it around the area because they always sniff the area before. No, I would not spray it directly on the plant. I knew that that would eat it up and fry it. I sprayed the bricks. Sprayed the soil on the outer perimeter of it, and they would still eat the plants. That didn't bother me. It didn't stop them. It didn't slow them down. Nah. It was sniffing and still. It did keep any stray dogs that somebody was walking up the street from going into the garden. Tore up their nose, but for the other animals, nah. I'm eating Carolina Reaper almonds. I need a beer. They're salty. I had to stay away from that salt. I got enough problems with my ankles and feet swelling. I do not need any additional salt. Found your channel through Miss T with the T. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so glad you found me. I hope you like me and check out my channels. Hit that like button and show me that you like me. Just a little bit would be greatly appreciated as well. And let your friends know and share it out. I will be happy. Oh, yeah. I know. And Miss Linda, I just found a jar of my orange peels and vegetable oil that I forgot in a cabinet. So when I saw it, I was like, Miss Linda, I had you in the closet. I said, yeah. And I remember how you say to spray it in the morning before the sun comes out or late in the evening. So once the sun come out, it doesn't fry your plants. I listen. I pay attention. It's not like I just started gardening yesterday. There's a lot of things I still remember and I know how to do. It's just that I don't always implement it like I should, but I'm learning that in order for me to get the results that I'm looking for, this is what I got to do. It's simple as that. It's a no-brainer, okay? I put tomato plants out last week. Now we're getting all of this rain. Yeah. I also learned years ago that I plant basil with my tomato plants. I have clean tomatoes, and they said it's supposed to help them be a little sweeter. Well, to me, tomatoes is pretty much sweet on their own, but I do have clean tomatoes. I don't have any bug infestation of any kind. And I do trim out all the leaves and stuff on there. So you do have a nice air circulation around the plant itself. So, yeah, you learn as you go each year. Sometimes you get a little smarter. I'm growing Carolina Reapers and some other devil peppers for spray. They wouldn't work. Well, you're going to find out one way or the other, won't you? If you use it. Oh, you in zone 7A? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, so, yeah, I do. Sometimes I say we get a little absent-minded and we get a little sidetracked. And sometimes we figure that if we skip this particular step, it's going to be okay. Then you find out it come back to bite you in the butt and say, no, it wasn't okay. You should have did this from the beginning. You wouldn't have this problem now. So as you get older, You hope that you live and learn and pay attention. And then I listen to you guys. I mean, all you guys are from, like I said, different grow zones, and everybody has their own style of gardening, and they have their own way of dealing with pests. You have pests in other states that we might not have here, and vice versa. But it's good to know that if these pests ever get imported to our state via plant shipment or whatever, whether they fly in or get on a plane and they get dumped in our state and then they start showing up, then you know what to do in regards to this. And you're also aware of what that insect looked like. And you also know what kind of damage that insect can do to your crops. And then it's up to you to do the research to figure out how to get rid of it without bombarding your plants with herbicides, insecticides, and pesticides. If you can find an organic way to remove this bug other than actually physically taking it off the plant and squashing it with your foot or squashing it between your fingers or whatever, eradicate it. And then also how to look for any eggs it may have laid up under your leaves. I don't scrape them off. I just take the whole leaf off and destroy that whole leaf, because, sometimes you might scrape and you might actually drop one on the ground and it can reattach itself to the soil or something else. I just take the whole leaf off and destroy it. So you just have to be a little more mindful of your plants. Like I said, check your plants every day. It's not necessarily on the top. You got to turn them over and look underneath, because that's where they hide. That's where they figure that you will not leave. Look, if you can't take a strong spray of water to knock off aphids or what have you, you have to be able to remove them in some kind of way. Oh, excuse me. Sweet night. Okay. Oh, Miss Linda, you leaving out? All right. Thank you so much for stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. I do, I do, I do. And what's today? I'll see you in these YouTube streets. I definitely will see you Sunday. Okay. That's smart about the hot peppers for the garden. Yeah. Because I use not just the cayenne. I try to add some habaneros too. I figure I really try to super juice and super juice the spray so that it doesn't take long to get used to cayenne. But when you add that jalapeno or habaneros peppers along with it, man, you got to have the tolerance of Job in order to stand that. So we're gonna see. Same as showing the whole leaf got to go. Yeah, yeah. You don't just try to knock off a few. Take the whole leaf, destroy it. You don't throw it in your compost pile. You don't throw it in your super juice. You don't throw it in the trash. You totally destroy the leaf. And you got to be careful about stepping on stuff too, because if you got any kind of grid up under your shoe, you can actually have a egg or two stuck into your shoe, and you can walk it right back into your garden. If you got smooth bottom shoes on, then you're pretty much sure that you can crush everything that's on there. But if you got anything with a groove or pattern in your shoe where you can actually hide an egg or two up underneath there, you got to be careful on how you destroy. I always try to have a bucket of hot sudsy water with bleach in it, and I drowned it in there. I was like, if you can survive this, then you can have whatever you want in this garden. So yeah, got to be careful. Arsenal for critters and bugs this year. I mean business. They still may win though. Yeah, well, you'll get a certain portion of it. Everybody's gonna get a little piece. Like animals have to eat too. Are you leaving Presbyterian? You gotta go, sweetie. Fight that good fight. Yeah, Yankee sister. Yeah, everybody's fighting. Miss D's Hollywood. Harleywood Garden. Thank you for stopping in tonight. I greatly appreciate you coming in. I got maybe about 20 more minutes and then I'm out of here. But it was so nice to see all you dear people come in and stop and say hello to me. I really appreciate it. You got to go. The story. Oh, it's already there. Please Do what you got to do. Do it. If you got to cut off and shut off everything and get somewhere quiet in the corner, please do so. Please be safe and let me know tomorrow if you're okay, if you came through it all right. All right. Yeah. Going to have checking my shoes now. No, seriously, CC. Like people think just because they got tennis shoes on and they stepped on it that they killed everything. No, it's just like when you track dirt in the house because it's got up in the grooves of your shoes, the eggs can do the same thing. And that means you didn't kill that particular insect. You just transferred it from one part of your garden to another part of your garden. And you'll be wondering, why did this show up over there? Because you did not destroy all the eggs. And they just went from one spot to another. So you really got to be careful. Sometimes you got to take the hose and kind of rinse the bottom of your shoe off and see if anything else pop out from underneath there so that you don't transfer it from one spot to another. That's just a little FYI in regards to destroying eggs of any infested plant. Yeah. Uh, Everybody saying hello or good night, coming in, coming out. Ooh. Oh, Elwanda, good evening. How are you? Thank you for stopping in and saying hello to me tonight. Yes, indeed. We've been talking about this, that, and the third in regards to that. For the people in the chat who are already pulling up their brassicas and planting their summer crops, can you tell me what they are? Because I know everybody's not planting the same thing, especially like in Texas, Georgia, and South Carolina, and even in Florida. But right now, Florida is under a big storm in certain parts of Georgia because that's where Quinn is at, Presbyterian. So she got off the chat because of that. So who in the chat right now are planting warm weather crops? Okay. All right, I'm looking, y'all. Would you say, Yankee says, you still eating off your brassicas? Okay, that's nice. You say Cheryl is getting hot in Georgia? Yeah. I'm waiting on it to get hot and stay hot. My warm weather plants and my hot. I'm on the. No, we're not having this conversation now. Oh, what I told you about talking back. Mike, your child just came in here and showed up and showed out. My warm weather plants in my house on a heating pad. Sure, your house already look like Tarzan. I'm waiting on him to swing through that jungle that's in your living room. I was watching your video and I looked behind you. You had your plant lights and you had plants up the wazoo. You and Georgia Peach Nut, y'all cracked me up how your living room and dining room has just been invaded by plants. It's just hilarious. I look at y'all, it's like they got to go. They taking up too much space. They're getting too big. I planted warm weather crops, squash and cucumbers. Yeah, I'm dropping seeds for my butterfly blue pea, my Jamaican sorrow, cucumbers. I had a video I did on a cantaloupe that I grew last year. I'm actually using the seeds from that to start a couple of those. I want to try the watermelon moon and stars because I like the little small refrigerator side because those big ones take up too much room. Oh, and Miss Linda, the Tigger melon. I got to have that Tigger melon. I got to. So I'm really looking forward to all those warm weather. I pulled up the majority of my brassicas and planted my tomatoes, pepper. Oh yeah, okra is another good one. Green beans and corn. I got the little 3-tier things from the Dollar Tree. And if anybody noticed, the old ones have the holes and the little caps in the bottom around each one. The new ones don't have caps and they don't have holes. You actually have to put holes in the new one. So I have the old and the new ones where I can stack them up. And I want to put the bush bean. I do have pole beans, but I want to put the bush beans in those and see if I can grow those. So I got a back room that's like a sunroom off my bedroom. And I'm going to see how much I can grow back there because it gets pretty warm back in there. It gets freezing in the winter and it's like a sauna come summer. So I know I can grow a lot of warm weather plants without even taking them outside. So I'm going to see what I can do. Yeah. All right. I planted peppers the first week of April, but nothing yet. I was thinking of dropping more tomorrow. Well, if your weather is not warm, even if it's warm a day here, a day there, if it's not consistent where it warms the soil and your plants, it will stay in a dormant stage. And all of a sudden, when the weather gets nice and warm, it will just pop up overnight. And you be like, that wasn't there yesterday. So plants have their own timetable when they like to pop up. Excuse me. Okra, honeydew, peppers, cantaloupe, watermelon, tomatoes, cucumbers, butternut, squash, green beans. I still have a few mustards left. Dag, CC, I was loving you with your sweet peas on your trellis. They was looking real good. I need Georgia to get it together with this weather. Shoot, girl, please. Everybody wants that weather to straighten up. I don't want to wait till the end of May to start my garden, but I don't have a choice. I don't have a say so on how this weather is. I have to go with the flow like everybody else, and I'm not the only one. Like you grow row, me, Gina, and I think there's a few more people that's in Ohio that feel the same way. We ready to get outside and get down and dirty, but I see Gina's potatoes though. They looking real good, but that other stuff is like, I passed by my apple tree today. I was looking at it. It's full of blossom. It's my pink lady. I got 2 pink ladies. The other one's not doing that well, but that one is loaded with blossoms. If I can get a third of them apples off of there, I'd be tickled pink. And I will have to put some toil on it to keep the deer from eating them as soon as they start developing apples because they're looking for food as well. I planted 1 early girl tomato, 1 pepper, and 1 cherry tomato in the walls of water. I made a video on it and they are growing nicely. Okay, Yankee sister, I ain't mad at you. Tia said, yellow squash, just harvested my first one, cucumber, eggplant, beans, and okra. Okay, I got some eggplant. All right. I got 2 different kinds other than the Black Beauty. I'm going to set that new AeroGarden up and send you and your AeroGardens. I'll tell you, Mike. Oh, you got a PhD in hydroponics and seed starting. How are your beautiful fruit trees doing? They doing real good. I'm happy. The ones that I put in the backyard, they got a little nip of the frost. I'm seeing dead leaves and I'm pulling them off. But they still like they trying though. They're really trying, especially my Alberta peach. That I don't think it's not gonna bloom this year. I think those latest fruit trees I bought won't grow until next year. Oh, it's my buddy. Y'all, time for a commercial break. I have THC free. Yes, this is good for aches and pains, whether it's your knees, your shoulders, your back, your feet, your neck, whatever aches. Rub a little of this massage oil on them, and I guarantee you, you will feel so much better. And to thank for this, it's Microfarmer. Contact him. He has an email. I know he will be more than happy to help you feel better. Thank you, Microfarmer. You helped me out so much. Y'all have a nice day now. In the commercial. And back to our station. Okay. Hey people. All right. Yeah. If you got, as gardeners, we got aches, we got pains, we got soreness, we got stiffness. Hit your boy Microfarmer. He will take good care of you. I guarantee it, because he's taking good care of me. Yes, indeed. Yeah, drop your channel. MSOG. Oh, my boy, growing out the box. Growing out the box, I had talked about you earlier today, watching you do that video on how you potted up your blueberries, how that work you did to put that blueberry in. But I said, once you put that blueberry in, that bad boy's in that spot for life. All you got to do is add amendments every so often to make sure your pH balance is at a certain degree, and you will have blueberries up the wazoo. I can't wait until you show us a new video of how your blueberries took hold and producing. Yes, indeed. Growing out the box. You've given me so many ideas, and the ideas you've given me actually works in my pocketbook. Like the laundry baskets or netting that you can put over your brassicas and other plants and stuff. I just wish I had the ability to build stuff like you do. I can build stuff, but I just my energy don't go as far. But I can build stuff. Africa, but Jay, why is you still up? Boo, you supposed to be knocked out sleep. And you here dropping MSOG. Oh, Jay, I thoroughly enjoyed you guys earlier today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your respect that you have for me. I do. You just don't know just how much I appreciate that. I do. Because some of our younger people today, they don't respect us as elders. They think that we old, we fuddy duddies, we don't know what it's like to be young, we don't know what we talking about, we don't understand them, we don't know where they coming from, and they act like we've been this age all our life. We was their age at one time, even though times was different. It was still a time of rebellion for some of us. It was still time of listening to the authorities and listening to the older ones in regards to showing them respect. So thank you. That's all I got to say. Thank you to not only you, Jay, but also your wife, April, who keeps you in line in your IT department. Oh, yes, indeed. Renee Hall, thank you, sweetheart. You just slid off in here. Thank you, dearie. Hadn't seen you for a minute. Glad you stopped by and said hello. What Cheryl say? I'm still young, just with arthritis. Hey, my mind tells me one thing, but my body got a whole different idea of what's going on. And it's been days where I stand up and say, yeah, I'm all right. I'm this, that, and the other. Then I was like, what did I stand up for? Then I sit my little happy behind back down and I was like, I figure it out in a minute. It ain't no rush. I'm retired. I'll get there eventually. Oh, like I was teasing Jay. Jay had a thought he was trying to get out today. And I told him if he'd have been any much longer, I would have completely forgot what I was thinking about. Okay. I used to have a mind like a steel trap. Now I can't remember what I did 2 minutes ago. I'll be like, what was I doing? So, yeah, I don't care how much we want to think that we are young. Our mind and our body got a whole different scenario about what's happening. So all you can do is take, as they say, one day at a time. Ain't nothing promised to you. So yeah, believe me. Had to drop in to see how you doing, Miss Shirley. Thank you, growing out the box. You my hero. You are. I just love the design of your yard. I love the materials that you use. I figure, like they say, uh, I'm never too old to learn. My mom said, if you don't learn something new during the course of the day, that means you wasn't paying attention. And I do. I learn more than one thing during the course of the day because I do pay attention. I really do. Yeah. I'm doing better. I'm gonna it's almost time. Yeah, I got about 10, 15 more minutes and then I need to prop my feet up because right now my feet is throbbing. Would you say, Mike, you feel old? Please. Man, I got shoes older than you, okay? No. I don't even know what you're talking about. I got some watermelon going, Tigger melons, and Yamano cream squash and cucumbers and etc. Okay. All right. All right. Jay saying hello to everybody. Renee saying hello to everybody. I lifted a bunch of soil out the car. I was like, ouch. Bro, I don't even look at soil and stuff. I look at it. I ain't picking up jack. Oh, my friend had her son with us when we went shopping yesterday. I had 2 cases of water, then another friend dropped off. He's only 13. He brought up both cases of water. I was like, boy, don't try to give yourself a hernia. I was like, I don't want your daddy and your mama hollering at me, but he brought both of them cases up. I can't do that stuff no more. I have a problem picking up a 4-pound bag of flour. Much longer talking about bringing up a case of water. I I don't try to convince myself that these things I can still do. I can't. Because once I try to do it thinking that I can, my back is thrown out, my neck is hurting, everything aches and pains. So no, you got to learn to work smarter, not harder. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I make a phone call. My neighbor up the street. He's the one that lost his wife, and she was like a daughter to me since she's been gone. He's been coming down here a lot to help me because he just needs something to do. And I don't mind the company and the help. And we get a chance to talk, we get a chance to laugh, we get a chance to cry. And that was his daughter that called me earlier. She's been coming down here and helping me in the house, keeping herself occupied. So they're still grieving. And I try to help as much as I can. We're all here to help one another. We're all here. God have us here on earth, and we all have a purpose. Some people know what their purpose is, others aren't sure. But as long as you do the right thing, be honest, be helpful, it'll come. It'll come. All my blessings come back to me. I'm broker than a church mouse. But you know what? I never worry about a roof over my head, food in my mouth, clothes on my back, and getting from point A to point B. As long as I put Jehovah God first in my life, He'll make sure that everything else I need is covered. And that's what I do. I do stuff sometimes and don't even think about doing stuff. Like my neighbor friend cracked about something. He said, what would you do? And I was like, I would feed that individual if they're hungry. And he looked at me and he said, that's what a Christian would do. You don't second guess. You know what people need before they need it. Just like people know stuff you need before you need it. When you least expect it, your doorbell will ring, a letter in the mail will come, and whatever your needs were covered. And as long as you keep your faith, you'll always be taken care of. Believe me, I'm living proof of that. Absolutely believe me. Yeah, everybody's talking about the certain things. Yeah. You just show you get your son to do it. He comes by at least twice a week. They get heavier every year. What you say? That's right. African dreaming. Amen. Yep. Facts. Yep. Try to work smarter, not harder. That's it, Miss Shirley. We got God. That's right. He created us. He put us on this earth. We have it in our DNA to be gardeners, just like Adam and Eve. They were the original gardeners and farmers. Jehovah God is the original master gardener. We're just peons. It's just keeping we're just doing the upkeep. We keep things growing, we clean up things, and we teach others how to be self-sustainable. That's our job, and that's what we do. The garden community here, we are so awesome. Do not let anybody tell you don't know what you're doing. Once you get the advice and you put that advice into action and you see the results of the work you put into it, that is the best feeling in the world. I get excited from just watching a new seedling pop up in the soil, that you did all the right things and set up the right conditions for this seed to actually grow and flourish. And then when you watch it grow, you get more excited. I don't care how many times you do this. Okay. You feel sad when something don't make it. You get mad because it didn't make it, because you did everything you thought you could. You did the same thing for the rest of them. How come this one didn't come up? You get mad at that one seed. It's funny how we go through our different stages of grief over a plant. But that's just part of gardening. We garden that way. And so it's just fun. It's just fun. Yes. Trust the process. It'll work. It'll work. You just take one day at a time. You said my granddad used to say, I get my blessing from what I do for others, not what others do for me. Exactly. Have you ever loaned somebody some money and forgot about it? And then a little later on, they come over to roll it up and they stick it in your hand, and you look and you was like, what's this for? And they like, you loaned that to me such and such a time. And I was like, I forgot all about that. If they didn't never paid it back, I would have never missed it. But when it came back when you needed it the most. So never underestimate the power of prayer, the power of being a good person, the power of just loving one another without prejudice of any kind. You don't even think about it. It never even crosses your mind, because you're not in that frame of mind. You're always thinking of how you could help somebody else. And once you get that frame of mind, honest to goodness, you'll have blessings coming at you that you will never see coming. You'll never see coming. The blessings from the garden community got me to Savannah, Georgia. I had no idea how I was going to get to Savannah, Georgia. I had no idea if once I got there where I would stay. And next thing I know, I got a ticket and a place to stay. Never doubt the power of prayer and love of others who see you as you are. Never, 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 never doubt that. And this garden community has shown me that above and beyond. I have a permanent place to come to stay in Savannah, even if it's not the Soil Family Expo, which I would have never have found out if it wasn't for this community of gardeners. So believe me, you guys are so freaking awesome. It just scares me sometimes, just how generous and loving you guys are. Would you say, growing out the box, say your beans started coming up this morning? I was outside with an umbrella in the rain, like they were going to grow while I was. We like little kids in the candy store. It's just fascinating. Hey, Mona. Oh, now you slide in here, Mona. I'm getting ready to get off in a few. I got 3 more minutes. I've been on here for 2 hours, but that's all right, girlfriend. Are you going to be on late night tonight, Mona? Yes, ma'am. I'm living proof. Blessings are real. I know, Jay. Let me tell you, I've gotten this far, and if it wasn't for the grace of God, I don't know where I would be. Believe me, if it wasn't for loving people who really cared about my well-being, believe me, bruh, I don't know where I would have been. I'm talking real, and I just love how people reach out to me, people I don't know, from Adam's House Cat, and shown their love and affection and respect for me that I could never repay other than saying thank you, that I appreciate you, and I know that you're a good individual. That's the most I can do. Other than seeing you in person and giving you the biggest hug and the biggest kiss on the cheek, and letting you know just how much I appreciate what you've done for me. It's amazing that that's all most people want. It's a thank you. That I can do, that I can say. And if I see you in person and know who you are, because a lot of y'all I don't know by real names, I know you by channel names. And then when you tell me your real name, That freaks me out, but that makes me that much more happier that I got a chance to personally say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, by faith. Yep. So all right, I got less than all right, and now it's been 2 hours. So I'm gonna say like a romper room, Angela Garden Delight, African Dreaming, Yankee Sister Homestead, Harvey Container Gardening. Let's see, She is Sunshine, Cheryl Faulkner, TLC in the Garden, Mike K. out at Gardening. It's so many of you in the chat tonight. I'm going to say good night to all. Please remember that you are loved. I'm saying I personally love you all. Thank you so much for stopping in my chat tonight. I'm here every Thursday night at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And hit that like button and show me that you like me just a little bit. And as I always say, have a good evening. And y'all come back now. You hear?